Hey friends, the Sephora savings event is here and I have a ton of product to share with you. So we're not gonna waste any time and a lengthy intro. You know how this savings event goes. I'll have all the details down below. Let's get started. Okay, you guys, are you ready? Grab something to drink, grab a snack. We have a ton of products sitting here in front of me. I'm not gonna apply them all because, like, for example, I've got 5 foundations here, but I am going to kind of try and demonstrate and swatch and show you all of these products. And we're gonna do a full face in the process. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start first with the Too Faced Born This Way Soft Matte Oil Control Foundation. This is a new foundation, so this is the one I've decided to share and apply on camera. I picked this up, maybe I've actually got this a couple months ago, but I just started using it and I really, really love this. If you are someone that likes to control shine and oil throughout the day, this one is really great and it's very lightweight. And I like to use the BK Beauty 106 brush to apply this. And I'm always going to start in the center of the face. You guys know that because that's where I need the most coverage, and I'll just kind of bounce the brush to start to build that coverage. I also love the coverage on this. It gives really great coverage, but it doesn't feel or look heavy, and it's not a thick formula. It also says here, I'm going to just kind of read you the marketing points. Weightless formula, 24-hour smoothness, sweat and humidity resistant, and 12-hour moisture, non-creasing, non-caking for 24 hours. And I do find that this foundation delivers on all of that. Even though it's oil controlling, and I wouldn't really say it's a matte finish, but it's definitely kind of more of like a natural finish, like not dewy, not shiny, but also not mattifying. It's really beautiful, just a very natural looking skin-like finish. So I would recommend this, and I would recommend this really for all skin types, dry, oily. Obviously it's really geared towards people that produce more oily or shine throughout the day, but even if you have dry skin, I think this one's gonna work really well for you if you like that type of finish because it's not drying or flat or matte looking. It's really, really beautiful. This is a product that I really haven't heard many people talk about it. I think they actually reformulated it. If I'm correct, I believe this is a reformulated foundation. Ooh, it's really, really nice. And I like to start with a little bit and then just kind of build in the areas that I need a little more coverage, which I always tend to go back to the center of the face. I kind of start with less product. So I might do a full pump on my hand, but I rarely use a full pump of foundation. Depends on the formula, but for this one, I don't really need a full pump. Looks so pretty. I love this foundation. It's a good one. And I really haven't talked much about it yet. So I thought I would take this opportunity to show you guys how it applies on the skin. Yeah, it just looks really nice, light, and natural. A couple of the other foundations that I have here in front of me is the new Huda Beauty Easy Blur Foundation. I've really been enjoying this and wearing this a lot lately. This gives a very airbrushed finish, a very smooth-like finish. Doesn't accentuate texture at all. It feels lightweight. It gives great coverage. It's buildable. This is a good one, and it's also very long wearing. I did pull my Nars Light Reflecting Foundation. This foundation is absolutely beautiful. It gives a very radiant but subtle glow to the skin. It just makes the skin look healthy and flawless, and it does give radiance, but it also wears beautifully throughout the day. So if you are someone that likes more of a glow to the skin, this is one of my favorite glowy foundations because it gives that glow, but it doesn't get more glowy throughout the day. Does that make sense? Like, it doesn't look shiny or greasy, or you don't feel the need to touch up, you know, a couple hours later. It looks really beautiful and wears beautifully all day. I love this foundation. And then I also pulled the Armani Luminous Silk. I just think that this is a really great go-to foundation for pretty much all skin types. It also gives a radiant finish, lasts all day. It's lightweight. It's beautiful. This is one of those foundations that you really can't go wrong. And when someone is in general asking me for a foundation recommendation, I don't have to know a lot about their skin type to know that this is probably a safe bet. So that's why I wanted to include it in this video. And then the last complexion foundation product I wanted to share is from Ciel. I think is how you say this brand. It's the Tint and Protect SPF 50. It's a tinted serum. And this product is phenomenal, you guys. It's described as being a tinted serum, but it actually offers pretty darn good great coverage. It has an SPF of 50, which is incredible. You can wear this as a foundation. I feel like it gives me enough coverage and all that I need. It does have a pretty dewy finish, so you definitely want to set with powder in a lot of cases, but a great product to use in combination with maybe a powder foundation to maybe dust a little powder on top to set it. You can wear this underneath the foundation, but you might find that that you actually don't need to. So this is a product that when I purchased this, I think it was back in April, because I remember Angie and my whole YouTube friend group was in town, and that's when I bought this. I think it was Allie Glines that recommended this to me. And I remember talking about it a lot back then when I bought it, but I haven't talked about it of recent. So I wanted to kind of put this back on your radar, that this is a phenomenal, beautiful product. And this would really be great for dry skin because it is very hydrating and kind of very dewy. Okay, let's move into concealers. The concealer that I really want to shine a spotlight on is the new WESTMAN Atelier concealer. There are a lot of really great concealers at Sephora that I love. Tower 28 is a really great one. I also love the Refi concealer. That's a really nice one, but the one that I really wanted to shine a light on is the WESTMAN Atelier. This is a brand new formula, and I always like to share products that I love, that obviously that I love during the Sephora savings event, but particularly products that are in a higher luxury price point. I think this is $58 or $60. It's WESTMAN Atelier, so you know that it's going to be on the higher price point. When you can get 20% off, now's the time to get those products. So I love this concealer. When you apply this to the skin, you can tell that there are skincare ingredients in here, that it's like a serum kind of concealer. It just has that really beautiful texture. And I actually applied a little too much. I'm going to kind of scoop up a little bit there and go over here to apply that. It just really, really feels so great on the skin. It blends out beautifully. It's not heavy, but it gives full coverage. I'm going to go in with the Angie Hot and Flashy A506 concealer brush in the Holy Grail Trio edition. This is a special edition brush, and I'm just going to blend this in. So good. This concealer is really, really nice, you guys. A little goes a long way. I might have even applied a little more than I need there. If you feel like you over apply your concealer, always have like a soft paper towel handy, or a soft towel, to kind of just run the excess off of the brush and onto the towel, just to remove any excess. So that's a great little tip if you over apply your product. In between blending out, just take it and run it on a paper towel. Oh, this is so good. Everything looks smooth. It has a soft, radiant finish to it, so it kind of lights up underneath the eye. It's just a very, very beautiful, beautiful formula. This has kind of been my go-to concealer of the last few weeks. It's so nice, and the shade is perfect. It's got a little bit of peach to it, so it neutralizes darkness, but it also brightens underneath the eye for me. So good. Oh my gosh, that's such a beautiful formula. I love it. So good. Have I mentioned that it's good? Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and move on. We have a lot to cover today. Now for powders, I have 4 powders here to share with you. And of course, this is not an exhaustive list. I have a lot of other products that I love from Sephora that I've talked about loving, that have been favorites, that are not in this video. It would literally be impossible to talk about every single good product at Sephora in one video. But I did want to pull a couple of current favorites, and then also a couple of options for you if you maybe like, I have a powder for a very matte, poreless finish, and then I have a powder for more of a radiant finish. So let's start with the Huda Beauty. So this is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder, and I have this in several shades. The shade right here is called Peach Pie, and I really like this powder because it's close to the Givenchy in a lot of ways. It's not a complete, match to the Givenchy. We all know that the Givenchy reformulated that powder, and so I have found the Huda Beauty to be what I've gone almost to replace that. And it's similar in the sense that it's a very lightweight, fine powder, just like the Givenchy was. It also blurs texture and smooths out the appearance of pores and just gives a really smooth finish. I also like that it's lightweight enough to apply underneath the eyes. It does give more of a matte finish than the Givenchy did. The Givenchy gave a matte finish, but it was a little softer, and there was a slight like skin reflection quality to that powder. This one is very much more matte. So this one is really nice. I love this one. If you have oily skin and you're looking for a powder that's going to control oil and mattify throughout the day, also blur pores and texture, I don't think you can beat the One Size. The One Size powder is phenomenal when it comes to just matting down the skin, cutting out any shine or oil, locking makeup in place. It also comes in a variety of colors. This one here is the translucent one, and I'd recommend starting with that one. It comes in pink, and it comes in like a honey color, and it comes in different shades too if you want to highlight. I love this one. You just want to make sure you don't over apply the powder. So I like to kind of blot it in the palm of my hand, and I'm just going to apply it right here in the forehead, and you're going to see that shine just go away like immediately. That's a really nice powder. So oily skin types, the One Size powder is one that you must try. It's very, very good. Okay, let's move on to a powder if you want more of a radiant finish. So let's say you don't want to cut out your shine. You want to keep that glow. I love the SAIE Beauty powder. I haven't talked about this one in a while. I discovered this maybe a year or two ago. I was on a photo shoot. I was actually getting my makeup done by Carla, who does all of our BK Beauty. Like anytime you see models in our photos, she's done the photography and the makeup for those. And she turned me on to this SAIE powder. And the SAIE powder does have a little bit more of a radiance to it. It's not as mattifying as the others, but it still does set everything and give a smooth little finish. It's just a little bit more skin-like than the others. And then the last powder that I want to share is a pressed powder. And I grabbed this one because this one I haven't talked about in a long time, but I was obsessed with this powder a couple years ago. And you know, as you can imagine, I have so much makeup. So it's really hard to just continue to use the same products. I'm always changing and using things, and certain things that I love get put in a drawer and then I forget about them. But I did rediscover this. This is from Pat McGrath, and this is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. So this is specifically designed to set underneath the eye, and it is so lovely, you guys. It's pressed, but it's very, very fine. Like when you put your brush in here, there's actually quite a bit of kickback because the powder's really soft. This is the yellow one, so this is going to give a little bit of a yellow brightness underneath the eye, but this just sets the concealer and smooths everything out. It looks so beautiful, and it's designed for underneath for the eye area, which has very delicate skin under there. And typically, you know, we have more texture under the eye, so this powder is a good one that is proven to work well underneath the eye. So that's a really great option too. So those 4 will be linked for you guys and also tagged here in the YouTube shopping platform. There's one skin product. Can you believe it? I only have one skin product in this video. I know I kind of dropped the ball on skin, but the skincare product that I have been loving from Sephora lately, you can pick up at Sephora, is the Merit Beauty Great Skin Priming Moisturizer. It's really not that special. It's just a great moisturizer that truly does plump up the skin and prep it for makeup. If you are looking for a primer and moisturizer in one, this is good. Now, I have other moisturizers that I love, but when I'm wearing makeup, I tend to go towards this, and then I'll apply my SPF on top of it. But it's just, it really does possess the qualities of a good primer and also a moisturizer. So I wanted to share this one. It's a somewhat of a new product. I think this launched in August, so you might not have picked this up at the last Sephora Savings event. Actually, I don't think you could have. But if you don't own this, I think it's great for really all skin types. If you have really dry skin, you'll probably want to pair like a hyaluronic acid serum with this. I don't think it's going to give you the moisture you need if you have really dry skin. Oily skin, it's great. It's not too heavy or too thick. Yeah, it's a great moisturizer for prepping for makeup. Okay, you guys, let's move on to bronzers. I have a few bronzers here to share with you. So the first one I want to share is the Patrick Ta one that comes with a cream and a powder. I love this product. Both formulas in here, the powder, the cream, are really, really nice. I do find myself using the cream more often. I have this shade She's Bronzed, and I love this color. It's just a good bronzing color, not too orangey, not too cool. I'm using the N15 brush to apply this. You can use this and then set it with the powder on top. Some people like to use the powder first and then set it with the cream on top to give a little bit of a glow. I think that's how Patrick Ta himself actually uses this product, but I like to use the cream. It's got a good amount of pigment too. It's very easy to work with. It's not too pigmented, so you can really take your time to build. I'm gonna kind of sweep it into my hairline. Okay, that's really good. Now, another cream bronzer that I've been loving lately, and unfortunately I have the wrong shade here. I have the darker shade. I have the correct shade that I wear at my office. The correct shade that I wear in this is Motivate, but this is the No Limits like bronzer contour stick from LYS. And this is the shade Harmony. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this for you, but keep in mind this shade is a little darker than I like. This formulation is so creamy. It just blends like butter. It's a bit more pigmented than the Patrick Ta, so you do need to kind of be a little careful, like, whoa, look at that. And see, this color is a little too dark, keep that in mind, but it'll work. I can make this work. It's just not my best color. My best color is the shade lighter than this. But I love the formula of this. It's very creamy, very blendable. Beautiful. I also like the shape of it. It has a triangular little head here. So it's got a wider area, and I like to use the tip to kind of create a little line down the side of my nose if I ever want to contour there. But very, very good formula, high quality product, highly recommend. I love that one. Yeah, so see, even the shade, even though it's too dark, I can really work it in and blend it because it's so creamy. I just need to take my foundation brush and kind of fix this area. Perfect. Oh, so good. So good. Yeah, so both of those are really great cream bronzers. And then I do have a powder bronzer that I wanted to share. This is a product that I've been using a lot lately. It's from House Labs, and this is the Powder Sculpt Velvet Bronzer. This is the shade Light Level 4. This does have a little bit of shimmer to it, so keep that in mind. It's not frosty though. It's not frosty and super sparkly, but it is a little bit of a sheen to the skin, which is actually perfect. I love that. I love a good soft light sheen because it's going to just give the skin a little life. It's not going to look like glittery or sparkly. It's not going to accentuate texture, but it's also not going to look flat. It's going to give a little bit of a highlight. And I'm going to use the 104 brush to apply this, and I'm just going to kind of set it on top of the cream that we used. Usually I would wear this by itself, but for the sake of, just trying to show you guys how these products apply, I want to apply them all, or as many as I can. Now I like the 104 for this because it's going to give me a really soft, like sheer wash of color. Very natural. If you want a very natural sun-kissed glow to the skin, use a big brush like the 104. And I'm going to run it down the side of my nose. Oh, so this is applying it kind of all over because it's so large, but keep in mind, because it's big and fluffy, it's not going to pick up and apply a ton of product. So even though it's big, it's very forgiving and very easy to get a natural soft look. Oh, so good. Okay, the skin is warmed up, I think, right? Or do I want to add a little more? Let's add a little more. Perfect. Okay, you guys, we are making some progress. We're moving along. This video is going to be long, so I appreciate you hanging out with me. I would love to know how you watch YouTube. Do you guys watch on your phone? Do you watch on your TV? Are you watching on a desktop? Let me know down below. Comment down below. Let me go fill my brows, and my brows need some love. Now, there are several brow products that I love from Sephora. Just real quickly to name a few. I love the Charlotte Tilbury. I think it's called the Brow Definer. It's like the little triangular pencil that's a little waxy. I love that one. I also love this Too Faced pencil. It's real fine. I'll link it down below. I couldn't find that one here, but I did find two that I wanted to share. When I am looking for a brow pencil, there's two different types of brow pencils that I like. I like the real precise one, the ones that have a really fine tip. This one is from Benefit, and this is called Precisely My Brow Pencil, and this is the shade 3.5. As you can see, the tip is really nice and fine. This is really great for creating hair-like strokes, right? And then I also like the pencils that are more like triangular shaped, and they have a little bit more of a waxy kind of pomade texture to them. These are great to like do your brows really quickly, but they also have kind of waxy ingredients that kind of help the brow hair lay down a bit. So I like both these styles of pencil, and I do recommend the ones from Benefit. I think Benefit makes really stellar brow products. I think they're kind of really known for that, them and Anastasia Beverly Hills. So let's go ahead and use the Precisely on one side. And when I'm doing the smaller, finer brow pencil, I like to kind of hold the brow pencil further back and just kind of have a loose, light hand with this because, again, I'm trying to create the look of hair, right? And so if I'm choked up too hard or too close to the pencil, it's just going to look very heavy, and I don't want a heavy brow. I think that is one way to easily kind of ruin your eye makeup or your look. It's just going too heavy with the brow. I also like the Precisely brow pencil because you can kind of elongate it and get a thinner tail here, which I like. Obviously I like this part to be a little thicker, a little fuller. And then as I get out here, I want a thinner tail. Yeah, so that's nice. I'm gonna kind of create a little more of a arch here. There we go. It looks good. Okay, let's go in and use the other pencil for the other side. Now, this is a bit of a, like I said, it's a little bit more of a waxy formula. So this is gonna kind of slightly tame brow hairs. Obviously, if you have pretty thick or wild brows, you're gonna still need to go in with a gel or like a kind of waxy gel to really get them to stay in place, but this will give a little bit of a slight hold. Now, when you're using this pencil, what I like about this pencil is even though it's a triangular shape and there's a wider base, you do have the tip of this, which is a little thinner. So I like to use kind of all sides of the pencil. So when I'm trying to create hair-like strokes, I'll use the very tip of that little triangular tip. And when I'm doing the tail of the brow, I'll use that too. So I get a thinner of a line. But when I'm filling in and I'm trying to just kind of fill in quickly, I will use the full face of the brow to give more of that kind of powdered brow look. Okay, and you can see the color change in this. I have 3.5 here, and that's definitely more of a cool tone taupe. And then I have 3 here, which is leaning a lot more warmth. Do you see the warmth that I'm getting here? Which shade do you like better? I don't know. I can't tell. They're so different. I like the warmer shade here. Okay, I have two brow gels that I want to share with you. I think that these are great brow gels for those of you that want to add some volume to your brows. So first we're going to start with the Lawless. This is the Hold Up Soft Set Creamy Brow Wax. This is a really unique brow gel, and this has been my favorite go-to of lately. And this is like a wax and a gel kind of hybrid product. And I really like to kind of fill in and fluff up the bulk of my brow, and I'll even kind of back comb it a little bit to give a little more volume. This shade is nice and like sheer. It's going to add a little bit of color, but its main purpose is really to just give a little volume to the brows and hold them in place. Another brow gel that's really great for fluffing up the brows is from Kosas, and it's the Airbrush. And this is the shade Honey Blonde. This one definitely, I think, gives a little bit more of a full like brow look, where the Lawless will give some volume, but the Lawless is gonna kind of hold a little bit better. This one is gives more volume to the brow. So if you have more sparse brows and you really want volume, go with the Kosas. If you've got, you know, decent brows, you want to add a little bit of volume, but you also really want to hold in place because maybe your brow hair grows in different directions or it's a little unruly, go with the Lawless. Okay, you guys, let's get started on eyes, shall we? Surprisingly, I don't have a ton of eyeshadows or I've got several mascaras, I've got several eyeliners. I'm keeping the eyelid and eyeshadow products pretty limited for this. Lately, I have just really been into low maintenance eye makeup. I've been about like products that are quick and easy, that last all day. And so I haven't really been diving into all of the new palettes. I did buy the new Makeup by Mario palette and I like that one. I did buy the Natasha Denona I Need a Warm palette. That's a beautiful palette and I like that. And if you like the palettes that have 10, 12, 15 shades, those are a couple new purchases that I have enjoyed. But if I'm being really honest, like my day-to-day makeup routine is pretty simple and pretty quick. And so I wanted to share with you the products that I've been using to achieve those looks. So first I want to start with this Merit Beauty Solo Shadow. This is this shade Vachetta. I also love the shade Social. I think it's called Social. I'll link it and tag it down below, but these are really nice. It's like a cream eyeshadow. They have about 20 seconds before they kind of set and dry down. So you do have some time to blend them out, sheer them out, work with them, but once they set, they stay in place. And I really love this particular shade. It's really beautiful. Just this really pretty kind of peanut butter shade. Look at this shade. Isn't that pretty? It's just the perfect tone for a good all over eye. I'm using the N16 to apply this. This has been my go-to lately to apply liquid shadows or cream shadows on the lid. It has a nice pointed tapered tip, so it gets right there in the inner corner of the eye. And I like to use the long fibers to kind of sweep back and forth and almost shear out the crease. But do you see what this does to the eye? So here's with nothing and here's with the Merit Solo Shadow. It just gives a little warmth and that really just nice polished makeup look. You know, it's very polished and simple and classic, but not a lot, you know, not a lot of fuss. You can pair shadow along with this if you want to throw a shadow in your crease to define it. One thing I've been doing lately is taking my bronzer and adding bronzer in the crease, and that's really beautiful. Let's go ahead and do that actually. So I'm going to just go in with the House Labs bronzer that I shared earlier, and I'm going to go in with the BK Beauty 212 brush. Love this brush. It's a crease brush. It's nice and full and fluffy. It's going to blend out and diffuse a crease like perfectly, but it also has a kind of a rounded but not too big of a tip. So it's gonna fit nice into the crease. And I'm just gonna get the product on the tip of the brush, tap off the excess, and we're just gonna sweep this back and forth, back and forth. So it's kind of close to, well, it's not kind of, it is very close to the shadow color, but it is just gonna give that last little final touch to the eye makeup. So pretty. I'm also gonna kind of bring that over in here. Because it's the bronzer I used on my face, if I kind of pull it over here to like the top of the bridge of the nose a little bit, it creates this almost this little contour of the nose right there. Perfect. Oh, so pretty. So good. Okay, so I've got two more products to share with you, and they're actually the same category of product. They are cream shadow sticks. You know, I love a good cream shadow stick. I love it because they're easy. I love it because they last all day. I love it because you can use them as a liner or a shadow. They're just really versatile and they're so quick. And I think my two favorite formulas from Sephora would be the Bobbi Brown Longwear Cream Shadow Stick I don't think you can beat these. They are so good. And then also the Rare Beauty. The Rare Beauty makes some really great formulas. All of the above weightless eyeshadow stick. What I love about both these formulas is they're very creamy, so they glide onto the skin so effortlessly, so smoothly. They're very comfortable and easy to apply. When a product like this is dry and you have to put a lot of pressure on that delicate eyelid skin, it's just not comfortable. There's time to blend them. You know, there's time to use an eyeshadow brush and blend it out, sheer it out, smoke it out. But once they dry, they set and they stay in place, and that is important. So you need these to be a little creamy or creamy enough to be able to do those things, but you also need them to dry and set. And I have two shades in the Bobbi Brown. I love the shade Golden Bronze. I don't think you can beat this shade. It's so pretty. It's just a nice, look at this. Oh, it's so beautiful and so creamy. Look at how pretty that is. Just a nice bronze. And I think golden is actually a little deceiving because it's kind of more of a taupey bronze to me, in my opinion. And then next you have Nude Beach. This is a matte shade and I love this. I actually love the new Nars ones. Nars came out with some good ones too, if you want to cruise those and look at those colors. This is the shade Nude Beach. Almost kind of reminds me of the Merit Solo Shadow that I have on, but a little bit more cool toned. It's matte. There's no shimmer to this one. This one's really nice as well. We'll go ahead and do Golden Bronze on my lower lash line. I'm gonna do a shimmer on this one, or I'm gonna do the Bobbi Brown on this one, and on the other I'm gonna do a different one, the Rare Beauty. And then in the Rare Beauty, I have two shades. I love both of these. This one is the shade Contentment, and this is kind of like a rosy brown. This is definitely kind of rosy, coppery shade, very warm. And then you also have this shade. This is the shade Adventure. And this, ooh, oh my God, look at how gorgeous this is. I mean, I knew it was pretty because I pulled it for this video, but I haven't, sometimes you're just reminded when you swatch it. Look at how beautiful that is. I'm gonna swatch this on the other eye right here. Oh my God, this is so pretty. So these are great. Like I said, you can use these as shadows all over, or you can use them as eyeliners. Oh my goodness, look at how gorgeous these are. Now I'm gonna go in and I'm going to take my N12 brush. If you don't own this brush, you need to get it. You will not regret it, it's so good. And I'm just gonna kind of run it on top of that. All this is doing is it's like kind of removing any excess and just kind of softly smudging and smoking it out a little bit. Oh, these are so pretty. So pretty. I want to take some more of this Rare Beauty one, the Adventure, and I'm going to take it on the brush and I'm going to kind of create a smoky liner on top. Oh, you know what? I don't want to do too much because I do want to show you guys these eyeliners that I have to share. So good. So good. Definitely pick this up. You're gonna love it. Okay, so we covered eyeshadows, a couple eyeliners that I have, and since I've already put liner, I'm just gonna kind of swatch these for you guys. So the first eyeliner that I recommend, this is from Fenty Beauty, and this is the Fly Pencil. I have this in the shade Puppy Eyes. This is not Puppy Eyes. I thought this was Puppy Eyes, but Puppy Eyes is my favorite shade of all time. You cannot beat it. It is absolutely beautiful. It's just this really beautiful metallic coppery penny. I mean, it's not really penny, it's more of a coppery bronze. It's so stunning. I posted a YouTube short the other day, you guys. I'm gonna post that short here so you guys can see that product in action. We're gonna put it right here on screen. It's also a very creamy, soft formula, so easy to apply. You can manipulate it and smudge it if you want to. It also stays and wears all day. Another eyeliner that I wanna share, I have not talked about this yet. This is from Danielessa Myrix, and this is the shade Bronzite. It's a tiny little skinny, tiny little micro tip pencil. Let me show you guys. I'm gonna just do a line here so you can see it. Oh my goodness, look at how pretty this is. Look at how beautiful this is. This is stunning, 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 stunning. And it's really fine, so it's great for hooded eyes. It's gonna be difficult to see here because I already have that liner, but it's so beautiful. It is gorgeous. It's nice and creamy, it glides on. I love how thin it is. I think what really makes this product so special is not only the color, but also just how thin and fine the tip is. It makes it very, very easy to get a nice tight line on the eye. So wanted to share that. If you're looking for a really creamy pencil that's rich, I love the Hourglass Voyeur waterproof gel liners. It's very creamy. It actually has like a silky texture to it and a little bit of a satin finish. The only complaint I have about this is you can't get it really sharp. It's mechanical, which I can appreciate because you can just roll it up. But when I use this, I like to do a very small amount in the outer corner of my eye, and then I'll take my N12 and I'll smudge it and work the product over further into my lash line. So rather than taking this and running it across the lash line where I want the whole line to be, I'll just do a little outer corner, and then I'll take like a 208 or an N12 brush and I will move and spread the rest of that product because it's very creamy and very spreadable. I love this. And then the last liner that I want to share, this is such a classic. I mean, this liner has been a favorite in my videos, I think, since I started YouTube. It's the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil, and I love the shade Smog. I love the shade Bourbon. Bourbon is my favorite. This is Smog right here. As you can tell, you guys, I really love the bronzy shades. I just really do. I think they're beautiful. They give definition to the eye, but they're not as heavy as black, but isn't that pretty color? And these are great. They're creamy. They glide onto the skin easily, but again, just like the others, once they set, they stay in place. They don't budge. They don't move. It's waterproof, so you really can't beat that. If your eyes water a lot, those are good. Okay, let's hop over to mascaras. I have, first and foremost, we're gonna start with the Dior Lash Primer. This is a product I have been using since the start of my YouTube career. This is a lash primer, and in my book, it is the best lash primer. This lash primer has ingredients that really condition and improve the health of your lash. So even just wearing it, you know, on a daily basis, you'll notice that your lashes, the appearance and the state of your lashes actually improve. No joke. So this is really nice. I love this. I've used other primers, but this is the holy grail in my book. I love it. I literally have about 8 of these back there. Most of them probably need to be tossed. Okay, let's talk about if you want mega lashes. I'm talking lots of volume, length volume, you want drama. The YSL Lash Clash Mascara is it. It is mega drama. It builds quickly. It gives you full volume. The only complaint I have about this mascara is you're gonna go through this tube pretty quickly. After a couple weeks, you'll notice that it just gets a little messy. The formula is kind of thick, but in terms of like a dramatic lash, I don't think you can beat it. It's kind of right up there with the Jones Road Beauty, which of course they don't sell at Sephora, but Jones Road Beauty gives a very dramatic lash. This one does too. It's a heavy lash and I like it, but it's not for everybody. So this is really a recommendation for those of you that like full on, I mean, look at that. Look at that. The mascara that you know I'm gonna mention because it's my favorite mascara. If I had to pick one mascara, I would go with this one. It's the Bobbi Brown Smoky Eye Mascara. And what I love about this mascara is I just love how it gives a really beautiful, wispy, fanned out lash. It gives volume, it gives length, but it's not a heavy mascara. It's just a classic mascara. It doesn't get enough attention or love. People aren't talking about this, but I'm telling you, if you try this mascara, you will love it just like I do. I've had so many of you go and purchase this and tell me you just love it. You can really build it and build it and build it, and it doesn't get clumpy. It's just such a great mascara. There's really not much more to say about it except it's just such a great mascara. It's good for lengthening and volume, but it's not heavy. I love it. It's my favorite. It is my favorite. I love it. It reminds me of, you know, when you go to Target and you're looking for like a natural false lash, like something that looks like it could be your natural lashes, but just perfect natural lashes. That's what I feel like this gives you. So those two I love. I pulled 2 more recommendations for you. I love the Grande Lash Mascara. This is a conditioning peptide mascara. So again, if you are someone that struggles with your lashes and you use a lash serum and use all the products, this is a mascara that you can use that is gonna have ingredients that help nourish and condition your lashes so that the health of your lashes improve. And then I haven't talked about this in a while, but the Gucci mascara, this is a nice one. If you're looking to pick up a little Gucci product, I love their mascara. I love the wand. You can see that it's kind of like this oval shaped wand. It's got tiny little teeth that go all the way around the mascara wand. It really grabs and separates and pulls the lashes through. And this gives pretty dramatic lashes too, really nice. So I wanted to share those mascaras. Okay, let's talk about the first blush that I wanna recommend. This is a favorite. If you've been watching me for a while, this will come as no surprise. It's the WESTMAN Atelier blush stick in the shade Petal. Again, it's WESTMAN Atelier, so if you've been wanting to pick up the products, but the price point has held you back, grab it now because you can save 20% off if you're a Rouge member, or 15. Is it 15 and 10? I forget the tiers, but I remember it used to be 20, 15, and 10, but I feel like did Did they change it to 20 and then 15? Or maybe it's 20, 15, and 10. Either way, you can get a discount on it. Why not pick it up now? So I like to use this, the 112 brush from BK Beauty. I really load my brush up. What I love about this, I love the formula. I think WESTMAN Atelier, their products are just outstanding. Everything that they put out is just another level of cosmetics. It really, really is. Now, whether that's a product that, like for example, their little, I forget the name of it, but it's like the tint. That's a phenomenal product, but I don't personally love it. I just don't love the finish on it for me, but the quality of it is just at another level. And I feel that way about all their products. So while I might not personally love every product that they have, I can at least admit that they make just product formulations on a whole nother level. But this blush, I love it. Okay, so I love the color of this too. It's beautiful, so beautiful. It really reminds me of my Jane Iredale Balmy shade. You know, I love that shade. The shades to me are very, very, very close. It's just this beautiful, warm, peachy pink, brighten, lights up the face, adds this youthful glow to the skin. This formulation is buildable, so you can get a really nice sheer light application, and then you can build it to give full color if you want. So it's very easy to work with. Gives a little bit of a sheen and glow to the skin, but it's not super dewy looking on the skin. It's very nice, gives a natural flush. I love this product. Okay, I also wanted to recommend the SAIE Beauty. These are the Dew Blush. This is the shade Rosy. I like this formulation. Now, these are kind of messy, so I do like to apply the blush to my hand and then go in with my brush, pick up a little bit, kind of work it into the brush and my hand kind of pre-blend and pre-blot, then go in. These are nice. When it comes to like blushes like this, I wouldn't really call this a liquid. It's a little bit thicker than a liquid, kind of like a mix between a liquid and a cream. But sometimes liquid blushes can be very pigmented or they can be too sheer. This to me has the perfect amount of pigment. It's absolutely beautiful. And I love this color. It's similar to the WESTMAN Atelier, a little bit more on the peachy side, less pink, but very similar. Also wanted to share the Fenty Beauty cream blushes. If you like a good cream in a pot, I love this one. This is the shade Petal Poppin', and this is really nice. Let's just pop a little bit of this on top of both sides, because why not? If you notice, I have a theme here. I like these warm peachy pinks. To me, they just light up the face and add healthy, youthful look to the skin. So good, yeah. Okay, you guys, let's move on to a highlight. I have two highlight options for you. I'm not gonna overwhelm you with highlighters, but you cannot beat the SAIE Beauty. This is the little mini size. It comes in a larger. And what I love about this is it's a gel, it's liquid, but it's so like lightweight. Let's apply a little bit right here. When you apply this to the skin, it just gives this really beautiful glow from within. Like the shimmer and sheen on this is so refined. It's not a heavy sparkle. It's not a heavy shimmer at all. It's very, very fine and beautiful. It's pretty like dummy proof. You cannot mess this up. You really can't over apply this. If you apply too much, just use your finger and bounce it on the skin and it'll just meld into the skin and look like a natural glow. It really truly looks like your skin is glowing, like you just had the best facial in the world. Seriously, that's how it looks. And you can do what I'm doing right now, which is obviously applying it on top of makeup. You can mix this in with your moisturizer if you want to. You can apply this all over the skin before you go in with foundation. It's very easy to work with and very beautiful. And I think this is a very unique formula. I don't really know that I've tried a lot of highlighters that are like this. You know, the liquid highlighters that I try typically are a little heavier than this. It's just a really nice lightweight gel formula, so I love that. If you are a powder girl and you love a powder highlight, I don't think you can beat the Hourglass. These are the Brilliant Strobe Light. They're so nice, and also they give you that same lit from within glow in a powder formula. And one thing I like to do with these is I like to take like a brush like the 211, a small little crease, and I'll kind of pop this like right here in the eye, in the inner corner of the eye, just to kind of light up the eye without like a heavy sparkle. You can also run this over on the bridge of the nose. Both of these highlighters are very mature skin friendly for highlighters, meaning they'll highlight the skin, but they're not going to accentuate texture or fine lines or pores or anything like that. They're both great. You cannot go wrong with either of these. It just comes down to different formulation types, a gel liquid or a powder. Okay, you guys, we are getting down to it. I have a few lip products to share, and then I have a couple of body and a fragrance to share. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I did want to share this lip mask. This is from Laneige. This is the Lip Treatment Balm. I love it. It has a little, it's so cute. I keep this by my sink at night, and after I'm done with all my skincare, I put this on my lips. It has a little spatula to scoop out the product and apply to your lips. It feels amazing. I mean, I just love it. It's Laneige. They make really great lip products, and this one in particular, I use this every single night. Highly recommend. Not much more to say. Okay, lip liners. I only have one lip liner to recommend. It's just one that I've been loving lately. It's the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil Extreme in the shade Wherever Walnut. I have this in the other formula. Maybe it's like their traditional lip pencils. And then I picked it up in the waterproof formula. And this formulation is just really smooth. It just is so creamy and just glides onto the skin very smoothly. You can fill your entire lip in with this. It's not drying at all. It's so beautiful. Let's go ahead and apply it to the lips. So nice. And you can get a really sharp tip to this. So good. I like to kind of fill the lips in a little bit. Now, I am definitely I can't get through a Sephora recommendations video without recommending this lipstick. This is from YSL, and it's the Candy Gloss Lipstick, I think it's called. I love this formula. It's very nice. It's very hydrating. It's shiny. You can build the pigment up so you can keep it sheer, or you can layer it and get more pigment. And I particularly love, love, love this color. Let's put a little bit on. I wear this every day. I have a couple of these. I think I've purchased 3 of them. I just feel like they give the lips just the most beautiful color. It reminds me a lot of the blush. You know, I love that peachy pink blush because it just makes it look so healthy. That's what this color does. Look at this color. Is this not beautiful? I love it. I love, love, love it. It's so pretty. I also want to share the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Sticks, I think they're called. These are a really nice formula. They're kind of similar to the YSL. They're just that balmy kind of lipstick formulation. I have these in a few shades. This is the shade Fenty Glow. I wear this a lot. This is kind of more of your peachy nude shade, but you can see it's very similar to the YSL. It's a thicker formulation, gives a lot of shine, feels very nourishing on the lips, come in a ton of shades, and I actually love the packaging. Each shade, the packaging mimics the shade, and they're just fun. Also want to share this lip crayon from Pat McGrath. This is the Dramatic Mega Lip Pencil, and this is the shade Nude Venus. And this is a really nice, creamy, pigmented lip crayon. You can use this as a liner. You can fill the whole lips in this and use this as a lipstick. It is very lightweight. It kind of has a matte finish, but it's very nourishing to the lips. So once it sits on the lips for a little while, it definitely feels like it's a matte lipstick, but a hydrating matte lipstick, if that makes sense. It's a really great product to apply all over your lips as like a base before your lipstick or your gloss if you just kind of want to add a little insurance so that your lip color lasts longer. I've really been enjoying this. Also want to suggest picking up a couple of Sephora branded products during the sale. You get 30% off Sephora products, and that's for every single tier, regardless of if you're Rouge or VIB, what's the other ones? Regardless of your tier, everyone gets 30% off Sephora collection. I love their outrageous lip plumping glosses. I have them in several shades. This is the shade 07. And it's just a really great lip gloss. That's what it is. It plumps the lips. It's very comfortable though. They have a nice moderate amount of pigment. So you can wear them by themselves if you want to, but you can also pair it over lipstick if you want. Love these. And then I've got one more lip product that I want to recommend. These are from Nars. This is the Explicit Lipsticks. This is the shade Adulterous. These, I think this is a new formula. I got this in PR months ago. And this is a really great full pigmented satin lipstick. So what is a satin lipstick? I describe a satin lipstick is not matte, not glossy, not shiny, a little bit of a sheen, kind of what a traditional lipstick should feel like. Nourishing on the lips, not super glossy, not matte either. This is the shade Adulterous. These are really nice and they come in a bunch of shades. I also love the shape of the bullet. It makes application really easy, especially if you don't wear a lip pencil. You can get a nice application with this. Okay, now that we're done with makeup, I'm gonna pull this hair down so my hair looks okay for dinner tonight. I don't want it to get crimped or look funny with that headband. Okay, let's move on to the one hair care product that I have. I use this today. If you're looking for a good dry shampoo, I love the Amika Perk Up Plus. I want to say this is like the best-selling dry shampoo in Sephora. I might be making that up, but I'm 92% sure that I'm correct in that statement. It's really, really nice, you guys. It just really does perk up the hair. I also like the scent of it. Do you know how you use some dry shampoos, and if your hair is really oily, you put the dry shampoo in, it just leaves this like a gritty, kind of pasty feel to the hair? This does not. This really does kind of refresh the hair and make it feel clean. I usually go, at the most, is like 4 days between between washing my hair. And by that third and fourth day, I need some dry shampoo. And this one's good. I like to apply it right in the roots. Today, I actually curled my hair yesterday. So I woke up this morning, my hair had some curl to it. So what I did was I went ahead and curled, like freshened up the curls, and then I applied this just in the roots. What I like to do is I apply it in the roots, kind of give it a second, maybe 10 seconds or so, and either kind of fluff it up with my fingers or use a wide tooth comb and kind of like fluff it through there. My hair is really like on day 4, I don't like to use my fingers too much because there's a lot of oil that comes off from these or skincare products or whatever I was using, you know, just before that makeup. So I like to use a wide tooth comb to kind of work it in there. And once I kind of work it in, then I'll kind of comb and finish and style my hair. But I really love this. It doesn't weigh the hair down. It's a nice one. Okay, let's talk about a fragrance that I've been loving lately. This was recommended to me by my really dear friend Amanda. She is Luxe Mommy on YouTube. If you don't follow her, I'll tag her account down below. But she's been really into fragrance lately. And so she's been buying a bunch of fragrances. And she told me, she's like, her and I Marco Polo each other like every day. We talk all the time. And so she's like, you have to go get this one. You will love this. She said, if you love that scent, Juliet Has a Gun, which I do. I love that scent. She's like, if you love that, you will love this. This is the Missing Person fragrance from Fleur. So first I started off with the perfume, and then she told me I had to get the body oil because it just takes it to a whole nother level. So I got the body oil and I love these. In fact, Brooklyn actually took my bottle from my room. She took it and she started wearing it. And one day I was like, are you wearing my perfume? And then I noticed that my perfume was missing from my bathroom. She's like, oh yeah, I get so many compliments on it. So I went and I bought myself one. I let her keep that one, but really love this. It's just a very like clean, if you smell Juliet Has a Gun, you know what I'm talking about. Just that really clean kind of like, I almost feel like it's not a real feminine or sweet or floral scent. It's just smells very clean and light. Love, love, love this. Okay, you guys, and then I want to share a body product. So if you travel, you must pick these up from Sephora. This is the Josie Maran Body Butter, and they sell it in these little travel sizes. And I mean, how perfect is this for traveling? I bought a couple of these and I loved the formula so much. Originally, I bought these just because I needed a body lotion that was in travel form. But when I use these, I loved the formula so much that I actually got the jar of it. It's really, really nice, you guys. So you can grab the jar for your house, grab these for travel. So, so good. And I have the Vanilla Vibes scent. So good. Okay, and then the last product that I want to share, I've used this for many, many years. This is my self tanner. It's the Isle of Paradise tanning drops. I like to mix a couple of drops of this in with the body butter or body lotion or body oil. Usually I have this whole concoction. I'll get like a rich body lotion, a couple drops of body oil, like this. And then I will do a couple drops of my self tanner. And I just love this. It gives a really nice, natural, like golden glow to the skin. I wear the medium and I like it because you can customize it. If you want to get darker or darker faster, use more drops. If you just kind of want to maintain, use less. Make sure you wash your hands right after because like with any self tanner, you will end up with like the stains on your hands if you don't. Okay, you guys, that wraps it up. If you are still here, I can't imagine there are many of you who are still here, but I hope there are. If you're still here, drop a comment and let me know that you made it to the end. Happy shopping, you guys. Let me know what you're picking up during the Sephora savings event. I actually don't know yet. I haven't made my list. And, you know, I shop for makeup so much, so often that I don't imagine I'm going to go crazy. I'm actually going to see Nikki in a few weeks, but it's after the Sephora savings event. So the only reason I'd get into trouble is if I went shopping with her at the event. But I think I'm just going to use a sale to pick up my staples. You know, my Dior lash primer, my Bobbi Brown mascara, just kind of those staple products, maybe a couple more of my YSL lipsticks. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.